أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم من همزه ونفخه ونفثه. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. This sign is called a pentacle and is used by sorcerers wizards. This is the story of Roqya between brackets. It's not very Roqya, but it seems like that. This was in 2000. A friend who taught the Quran and Sunnah in a mosque in London had a 10-year-old student who had an epileptic fit every class. The child's father told him that after many analyses and investigations, the doctors have recommended a craniotomy, penetrate the brain by removing a square of the cranial cap. In order to determine the cause of this seizure, which do not resemble normal epilepsy, this friend of mine proposed to the father-child to try Roqya at last chance before the operation, which was to take place in a week. This friend was thinking of me, and I want to see the child at his home. This is the child's symptoms. Wake up every night, terrified and vomiting. During the day, this epileptic, between brackets, this epileptic seizure are less. I start with the evil eye, Roqya. See YouTube Muhammad Shikar, evil eye. Especially, you have to see this Roqya, this video, because it concerns especially the parents who have children. You will help them to help their children. Then I start with the evil Roqya. Then I read the Quran to him for an hour and a half. The child has no reaction or evocative sign. I ask the child, does he feel the seizure coming? What happens just before the seizure? When it happened, etc., etc. I asked him to tell me about his most shocking nightmare. He remembers neither his nocturnal seizure nor his nightmare. I noticed that his negative response was too quick, without almost having thought of it. I insist, then I insist again, until he admits to being scared, even when he thinks about it. According to his father, no psychoanalyst has delved into this area, nightmares. I put him in confidence, and he tells me that every night this dream nightmare occurs. He sees himself confronted with a black man who harangues two big dogs to bite him. I explain to him that what I want from him, and that he must trust me because I would be at his side as well as his parents to fight against this nightmare. Of course, there's a psychological work to make a 10-year-old admit to live again and fight against these dogs. Silence in the room. He closes his eyes and tries to say the nightmare again, which is a lucid dream. The child relieves this nightmare and sees this black man and his dogs approaching him. Horrified as he is, I instruct him to hold out his hands, which he did, and to grab a dog to tear off his head. Then, in the same way with the second. Don't be afraid, you are Muslim. Say the name of Allah and attack. Allahu Akbar. We are here with you. Nothing will happen to you. The child, with unbearable courage, did what I ordered, and his hands stretched out and took off the head of one of these dogs. His eyes were closed, of course. Do the same thing to the second, then to the man. He opened his eyes, and Allah said to me that he had killed the first dog, but the man had run away with the other dog. How to explain that? How to explain that? From that day on, the child was healed. الحمد لله الذي بنعمته تتم الصالحات وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.